So in this video we're going to be magnetizing our boxes. The reason we're going to magnetize them is because they are modular units. We want them to stack on top of each other and we don't want them to move. You see there, if I give it a knock, it will move around. Now I'm going to magnetize both of these boxes, and it really depends on, if you've bought any previously, how you magnetize them. So I'm not going to give you a full science lesson on magnets, because I don't really know enough about magnets. All I know, and all you need to know, is that they hold together. You see they're like that. These are quite strong magnets, but the magnetic force goes in one direction only. If you try to attach these magnets the wrong way round, can you see how they're pushing away from each other? But if I put them the correct way, they connect. So it is extremely important. It doesn't matter which way round these magnets are going to be installed. What is really important is that they're all the same way round. So when you are doing your first one, this is going to become your master. So everything needs to be able to fit to this master. Once you've installed everything onto this one, everything else becomes a master, because it's all done the same way. So for your very first one, I would suggest making a mark on one side of the magnets. Now whether you do that with paint or a pen or anything, it really doesn't matter, but like I say, what is really important is that we make a mark. To make my mark, all I do is I'm using some kind, I mean you can use whatever mark you want, but I'm going to be using a permanent pen, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a mark on it, and I'm going to attach that magnet on the bottom. And because you can see that I'm not able to push it the wrong way round, so there we go. There's the last one. No, that's gone back. There we go. And then hopefully they're back to the first one we had a mark on. So because I don't know the science of magnets, I have no idea which is north and which is south, but what I do know is that because I've made a mark on them, they're all going in the same direction. So with these boxes you get 4 large magnets and 2 small magnets. With the tiered units you only get the 2 large magnets and 2 small ones, and the reason for this is because these actually have attachment points top and bottom, whereas the tiered units aren't designed to have anything on top. So I'm going to make sure these are all in the same direction, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push my magnet in there like so, into that hole, and you notice I've got all of the magnets, and then I'll just slide that off, and then I just want to finish pushing it until I'm satisfied that it's level, which I am. So then I'll do the same with the next one, and yeah, so we'll double check, we'll make sure those magnets fit. You see, if I put them the wrong way, they don't fit. So we then take that, we can slide that across, and we can now push this one in. We can take that off, and then we can finish pushing this one in like so. Now this is the important bit. We have got them this way round, so that means that we've got the marks showing. For the bottom, we need the mark to not be showing. So we're going to do exactly the same thing, but we need to be coming in from the same direction. So we find our hole and we push those in like so, and with this one, I haven't really got the strength to reach in and push that in, so I'm just going to find a hard object, screwdriver. In my case, I've got an X-Acto knife, and I just want to push that through until it's flush, and then I'll pop the last one in. And this has gone in a lot easier actually. I can push this one in with my hand. I'm sorry that you can't see what I'm doing. So that could actually, I'm saying that, we'll just give that a little bit of a push. If you push it in too far, don't worry, we can push it back out from the bottom. So there we are, they are flush. So we have the poles now. You see that this one has got the dot up, and if I attach these magnets to the bottom, they're dot downwards. So that is extremely important. So for the side ones, again, it doesn't matter which way round they go so long as they are the same way. So I'm going to go dot up and dot to the right. Up, right, top, right. It's how I write. You see, I start at the top and I work to my right. So I'm going to push that into there like so, and this particular product I can't push it all the way through because there is a piece going behind it, so that's absolutely fine, and I really am struggling. So if you do find yourself struggling, maybe find yourself a pair of pliers, and obviously this is going to be difficult because it is magnetic. But that will just give me a bit more leverage to push that in. If you haven't got the brute strength, you use a tool. Okay. And we'll just finish pushing that in with something. There we go, and that's gone in absolutely fine. So now this is the very important bit. We need to make sure that that goes in the same direction. So I'm going to do a double check that sticks. So I'm going to slide that off, keeping that in the same direction. I'm going to place that in there, and I don't think I'm going to need my pliers this time. I'm just going to need a sharp object, a hard object, and that's gone in. There we go. So that is now fully magnetized. We have magnetic points at the top and the bottom and on each side. So that is how you magnetize your first one. Once you've got a second, remember this is now the master. So this is what everything needs to come off. So same as before, we get our magnets, but we don't actually need to mark them this time, because we're going to use these as our marker. And what we're going to do is we're going to place that on there like so, and we're going to get our second product, and we can either feel for it, and it should be around there, and there we go, and then I can just slide it off and you see that's in there. Okay, and that actually went in a little bit too easy for my liking. So then to get the second one in, we shall take a single magnet, we'll place it onto there, and we'll just slide this one around, and that one's in. Now these two have gone in very easy, so what I would suggest doing on this one is just perhaps get a dab of super glue. These have gone in very, very stiff, but if you feel they're a little bit too easy, what I would be concerned about there, yeah, there we go. As I've lifted the box up, the magnets have come out. However, for the principles of this, it's absolutely fine. So you can see now that if so having said that, this one's just fallen out. Right. So that's those two bottom magnets in. Now to get the top magnets in, we need to turn this upside down. And then what we will do, we can either do this one at a time or we can do them both together. So we attach the two magnets, And then obviously we're going to turn this unit upside down, and we're just going to have a feel, should be round about there, and then we're going to slide off sideways, and there you see the two magnets have been attached. So in terms of the ups and the downs, these have now been attached. So what happens now is when you place the modular units on top of each other, you see now that I've got these attached. If I want to unattach them, I just slide them. So whereas before, if one took a knock, it could fall off, now it's going to have to move the whole unit. And also, because you've placed all the magnets in the same direction, these all fit in any direction that you want. And also, because you've placed these magnets coming off this one, this now becomes a master as well. So when we install the third piece, we could use this as a master. If perhaps we've got this full up of stuff and we don't want to move it, that's fine, we'll use this one instead. So the last thing we want to do then is attach the side magnets, and I guess you know how this is going to go. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it sideways. So there we go. Now this one is a tough one because this could go upside down. If I place this upside down, I suspect, yeah, it's not going to go. So we have to make sure this is the correct way round. So we have a top and bottom for it. And then once we know that this is the top, what we will do is we will bring these two pieces in. You see there's the magnet there. And we will bring this in, and I can't line the magnet up. There we go. And then we slide them off, and the magnet should be left in there, and then we'll just finish that off. So this one is actually a stiff one. There we go. And then these ones aren't quite so strong. But there is some strength there. Right. So then for the other side, we place the magnet on the side there, and we switch them round and slide them off, and if we've got it in the right way, there we go, the magnet should be left, and there it is. So there we go, we've created two masters there, so anything else we do can come off these. And because we've got the magnets in the right direction, we can place anything we want. And of course that one's not well, there we go. So there we go. So you see there the top one's not falling off the other, and equally we can place them sideways. Or they will go this way. If you start placing the magnets the wrong way round, it's not going to be the end of the world, but you can only place things in the order that you've created them. So there you go guys, and I hope that's helped.